Let's make a creamy, dreamy, plant-based twist on banana pudding. My name is Kay Brittani, and this is Queso Plant-Based. Let's get into it. Starting out with some sweetened coconut condensed milk and vanilla pudding. I prefer to use the Jello brand because the Jello brand is accidentally vegan. So I don't want to hear nobody in the comments, this ain't vegan. It is. Read the ingredients, leave me alone. Now that that's out the way, I want to note that I used 2 of the vanilla pudding packets. I prefer a very rich and creamy banana pudding, but if you don't want it as sweet, you can just go for 1. Next, I'm adding in around half a tablespoon of vanilla bean paste. Now it's time to mix everything in. I highly advise that you guys use a stand mixer, but if you don't have one, you can use a whisk. It's just going to take a little bit more work. Next, I'm using a dairy-free heavy whipping cream. This is the star of the show. It adds the perfect, airy, fluffy texture to our pudding. And be sure to use the entire bottle. I started out by using half of it and quickly realized that I was going to eat the whole thing. So yes, use the entire thing for this recipe. Once it's nice and fluffy, I like to let it sit in the fridge while I move on to my next step. And now we're at our next step. I'm taking some plant-based whipped cream and of course a dash of vanilla, whipping that all together and setting that to the side in the fridge. This is going to be our topping for our pudding. Now it's time to layer our pudding. Look at how thick and fluffy that is. I like to start out with the pudding on the bottom so the wafers have something to cozy up to. This part isn't necessary, but just make it comfortable for what you personally like. And y'all, I'm just gonna warn you, I was very finicky with these bananas in this recipe. Please add more. I did not add enough. I used 1.5 when I should have done 2.5. I'm very particular with the texture of bananas in the pudding, but as long as you thinly slice them, I think you will be good. We're using Whole Foods 365 vanilla wafers, and if you are not near Whole Foods, you can swap these out for the Lorna Doone cookies. Y'all, here's the part when I was playing games with these bananas. Don't be like me. Just put the bananas on there. Just put them on and layer. All right, we're almost there. It's time to add our whipped topping and then some crushed up vanilla wafers to give it a little ba boom, some sass, make it aesthetically pleasing and whatnot. If you have kids, definitely add them at this step. It'll be fun for them to crush the cookies and sprinkle them on top, as well as sneak in a couple of bites or 2. Once it's all assembled, let it chill in the fridge overnight. And now we get to the best part, and that is eating it. As my grandma would say, it tastes like mo, and I can assure you that when you make this, you're gonna want to have more of it. I make this just in time for the holidays. Let me know how you like it. I'm Kay Brittani, and thanks for watching Queso Plant Based.